Hello, how are you? How's your weekend so far? It's the first weekend of November 2024, and we are counting down to 2025. Are you excited? Are you excited about 2025? Are you excited about the year end? Wait, let me see if I'm live already. Am I? Um, I'm not seeing myself going live on Facebook yet. Let's see. Something is not right. Am I live? Not yet. I'm not live yet. Wait, let me see if I'm live on YouTube. Just yeah, I mean, hiccup happens, and not all the time we have. So okay, it looks like I'm live on YouTube, but I am not live on Facebook yet. That's strange. Let me see. No, I'm not live on Facebook yet. Why is that happening? Anyway, I think I'm just gonna proceed with it because the main platform is YouTube anyway. So yeah. So as long as I'm live on YouTube, I'm just gonna go with it. All right, guys, welcome back to Ask Jason Anything about Meta advertising, Facebook advertising. So if this is the first time you see me, this is what we do. This is what we call the Ask Jason Anything about Facebook ads. So if this is the first time you see me, welcome to my universe. Um, well, I'm Jason from Malaysia. I'm a Meta Ads optimization strategist. So what I do is I work with brands to optimize their Meta Ads campaign. So if you have been running ads and you want to find out what's working and what's not working in your campaign, so that you can confidently scale it and take it to the next level. But you do not know how, as in like you've been trying various ways on your own by adding budget and stuff like that, but you can't really seem to find a very solid method or kind of like a proven way to really find success in this. Or you've been running ads, but you have been like kind of like not sure how to really get stable result for your Meta Ads campaign, and you need help in terms of that. Um, these are the areas that I can work with you to help you hopefully take your campaign to the next level. So yeah, all you need to do is please go to my YouTube channel, as this is like my main platform is on YouTube right now, and Facebook as well. But then again, like it seems like we are having some hiccups. We are not broadcasting on Facebook, but it doesn't matter. So all you need to do is if you have, yeah, you can actually go over to my YouTube channel and find the link to click on it, and you can either schedule a one-on-one Zoom audit with me, or you can actually reach out to me with your challenges that you are facing, and I would see if I'm able to help you on kind of like with any of my programs available, right? So yeah, basically what I do here is I answer questions about meta advertising and digital marketing. So if you have any questions regarding meta advertising, Instagram advertising, Facebook advertising, first thing I would like you to do is, please go over to my YouTube channel, try to search for an answer, because I've uploaded over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel, mainly answering questions about Facebook advertising like this, like I answer questions. Yeah, basically, I probably have covered something that is bothering you or similar to what is bothering you right now. So if you can find an answer, great. Take the answer and move on to the next thing. Otherwise, if you cannot find an answer, don't worry. All you need to do is just go to my YouTube channel under any of the videos there. Just post your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos. So what I'm going to do is, which I'm going to show you later, I'm going to screenshot your question and I'm going to answer your question live like this. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, so I do this for half an hour every week anyway. So this is what I've been doing for the past, I don't know, like 3-4 years now. So yeah, but in case you have something urgent, you said I don't want to wait for another week, and I probably want a more private session with you, Jason. Is it possible? Yes, you can actually scan this QR code that will take you to my Fiverr gig, where you can actually purchase a 30-minute one-on-one Zoom call with me, so that we can actually have screen share. You can share your screen. We can do screen recording. We can actually do screen control. I take over your screen, help you navigate stuff. You can ask me questions. You can ask me to check your campaign setup if there's anything to improve. You can ask me to analyze a campaign, anything you need help with meta advertising. So this is what we do. Scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you. Now, just in case you're new to meta advertising or Facebook advertising and you need to have a more guided way to learn Facebook advertising, is there any way that actually you can do that? Yes, I do have my Facebook Ads Masterclass. Now, this is a 2.5 hour recorded training where you can actually sign up, scan this QR code, you can actually sign up, purchase, and start learning right away. It's a recorded training. So we cover 5 main things in this training. First, we talk about the strategy that I use, which is the 2-step funnel. Been using it since 2010. It's like crazy powerful, structure and framework and strategy that is still working after today. And and based on the structure, we talk about how to do the budget distribution, how to do the the what do we call the messaging and all that. And I will walk you through step by step on how to set up the campaign, audience targeting, inclusion, exclusion, and stuff like that, right? So yeah, it's really like a hands-on training that will walk you through every steps. And as we move along, the second thing we talk about here is we talk about objective selection, which is, in my opinion, quite crucial, because if you choose the wrong objective, you might be ending getting the wrong audience. So that's quite an important thing that we want to talk about. And then after that, we talk about the audience targeting. I've got some audience targeting techniques that is still useful. Even now, we talk about Advantage Plus, audience targeting, and stuff like that, right? But I will still share with you what is the method that I use to really help you get closer to your audience. And the fourth thing we talk about here is the, what do we call, the ad creative and copywriting. So I'm not an expert because we are not an agency that specializes in copywriting and ad creative. But as I work with clients from all around the world, I will share with you the latest information about what works and what doesn't, so that you can actually avoid making mistakes, costly mistakes, my friend. On your own. So now that's the fourth thing. And last but not least is Meta Ads Analytics. In my opinion, anyone with a Facebook ads account can start running ads, but not everybody knows what's working and what's not working in their campaign, and how can you analyze and tweak effectively. So that's what we talk about in the last portion, which is the analytics. So these are the 5 main things that we talk about in our Facebook Ads Masterclass. Scan this QR code and you can start learning right away. Now, just in case you say that, Jason, I've done enough learning, I've tried and errors on my own and all that, but I still can't seem to find, like a really stable way to do this. Can you help me do that? Yes, I do take a handful of clients every month where I would actually help you first design your strategy. So I would, this design and setup involves 2 calls. So the first call is really like you and I jump on a call, and basically what we do is first we will analyze, what is your need, based on your KPI, based on whatever that you need to achieve in the next quarter or next few months. And then from there, we would actually design a strategy. How would we, how would the budget distribution be? How much are we going to spend in order to achieve the goal? And what are the creative that we're going to create, in terms of top of funnel messaging, retargeting messaging. And we also talk about how do we, like the audience targeting strategy and all that. And if you have a landing page, even I would actually give you recommendations on your landing page to give you probably we just want to make sure that we have everything prepared before we're launching the campaign. So then after the first call, you will go back and, just do whatever homework that you need to do. Then after that, when it comes to the next call, which is usually a week after, I will be setting up the campaign on your behalf, as in over a screen sharing. And please invite anybody who needs to attend this and watch this to learn. So basically everything will be recorded anyway. So I'll be setting up the campaign in front of it with you, so we can actually have discussion. I will walk you through every single steps to make sure you understand what do I do and all that. So yeah, so that's what we do. So it's a design and setup campaign that involves 2 Zoom calls. You can scan this QR code and you can actually purchase the gig right away. Then we can start working together, right? So yeah, so that's what we do. Now let's go into the questions that we have. So yeah, the first question I have here is about like the creative, invalid creative or objective. So what you're saying here is you are trying to create an IG carousel with the objective sales. Here's the thing, all right? There are certain restrictions when it comes to objective. There are certain ad format may not be allowed, especially in sales format. So if you want to create a carousel, using an IG carousel is not possible. So what I would recommend you to do is creating a carousel in the ads manager itself. So you have to create everything from scratch. So instead of just create a post on your Instagram and then you use it as an ad, by using existing post, that one is not possible. Whereas what you can do is you can go in, just follow the steps, set up the campaign, and then at the ad level, create a new ad instead. Then from there, you can set up your carousel. So that's how it works. All right. So that's the Only way to do that. You are not allowed to create an ad using an existing carousel on Instagram. So yeah, actually pretty straightforward. Just, just go in and follow the steps in the ads manager and you'll be all right. Yeah, but just in case, you're still kind of find it confusing and you need help, well, you know where to find me. Scan this QR code where you can actually purchase a 30-minute one-on-one gig, Zoom call with me, so we can actually go through the steps together, answering some questions you have and all that, to make sure that you actually start at the right way. So yeah, so that's what we can do together. All right. So yeah, thanks for popping by. Now the next question is coming from Controversy 156. So you're saying that you're an affiliate, but yeah, this is a video that I talk about Facebook ads objective of Shopee affiliate. So basically, if you're an affiliate where you do not have a pixel installed at the landing page that you are sending your audience to. Now, there are different technologies nowadays. I just discovered there is one thing called the Short.io. You can actually go to Google Short.io. It's more like a similar to Bitly, but instead of using a Bitly URL, you can actually create your own domain name, as in like you can do abc.com/123, where you can actually use that as a, more like an affiliate link, a master link before you send people. And with some paid feature or pro feature, you are able to install your pixel over there. So that allows you to track people who click. But you are still not able to track landing page view, but you are able to track clicks. And hopefully with that, we are able to do retargeting. So whatever you sell, especially when you do affiliate, it's really something that you have to bear in mind that, people don't buy at the first place, but if you're sending people directly to the destination without any like technology like Short.io, you're not able to do retargeting. So basically you need to have a strategy. So that's aside, that's something that you want to consider, like, especially if you're selling something, like a higher ticket, instead of the first ad, you need to have follow-up ads that talk about the benefits, that talk about each and every one of the key USPs that you probably want to send them some like testimonials and stuff like that. So these are the, follow-up ads that you should consider doing, because that would help you get more conversions from there. But having said that, back to your question, if your cost per click is way too high, there are a few things that you can actually look into. If your cost per click is way too high, there are a few possibilities. First, check the CPM. I mean, there is no benchmark when it comes to CPM, but usually certain country has got higher CPM, like United States, UK, European countries, but certain countries has lower CPM, such as Malaysia, Philippines, Taiwan, we have relatively lower CPM. But having said that, you need to understand your audience. So if you are targeting a really high, like US, which is really a high CPM audience, then the CPM is going to be the problem that is causing your cost per click to be high. But if it's not the CPM, I mean, if it is the CPM, then you should consider, whether you try broaden your audience or try Advantage Plus, audience targeting, which in a way helps us get lower CPM. But that's the first hurdle we need to get through. So yeah, but aside from CPM, the next thing we usually analyze on is the CTR, where that indicates whether your creative is resonating with your audience and it's getting people to click. So if you have really low CTR, then you should start considering to rethink about your creative or your ad creative and copywriting strategy. So these are the few areas to start. But of course, there are many other things that we can talk about, such as like your audience targeting, like the what do we call the placement selection. Certain placement has got high like CPM, so you should probably avoid those placement that you only run ads in certain places that are lower cost, hopefully to get you lower cost per click. So in a way, these are the few things that we will look into. But of course, you need to have a more robust strategy. So if you are running ads and you have really high cost per click, whether you are an affiliate or you are running ads to your own website and whatever. So if you have high cost per click, look at those few things. But if you need help, there are a lot more things that we can analyze, in fact. So let's find out what's really happening to your campaign so that we can actually have a plan. Don't just close the ad and start running, because you're probably making the same mistake all over again. So learn from that campaign first before we move on to the next one. So if you need help, scan this QR code. This is where you can actually book a one-on-one Facebook ads audit by me, so you can purchase on Fiverr. So we can actually have a 30-minute one-on-one Zoom call where you can share a screen. I will take over your screen. I will walk you through, and we will do three things, right? First, I'll build you a Facebook ads dashboard with all the metrics that you need to track in sequence, build up in your ads manager. and it will be saved in your ads manager. Every time you need to analyze, you can come back to it. So that's the first thing. Second, I will be analyzing the campaign with you, for you. So I will walk you through on how to interpret the metrics and stuff, how to make sense of it, and how to make decision. So, in order, so that in the future, you'll be able to do it yourself. And as we do this, I'll be able to build you a plan, which is the third thing that we will do together. So a plan where it talks about, first, let's try this. Let's change the creative. And if it works, then, let's test the landing page. And then we probably test the audience targeting. There'll be 2 to 3 things that you can actually execute in the coming weeks. So it's going to be a plan for you to execute. So yeah, especially if you run ads and your cost per result, your cost per click is high, I would strongly recommend to have a one-on-one, because whatever you ask questions like this, without looking at the metrics, without looking at the ads creative and the whole thing, I won't be able to give you sound recommendations. So yeah, if you have problem with your ads, scan this QR code and I look forward to work with you. All right. So let's move on to the next question. It is about, Facebook ads not spending. So the question says, you have launched a campaign, your money doesn't spend, but your payment are ongoing, but the total cost is just zero. Now, first thing first, if you have this issue, first thing I would like you to go over to your ads manager. In your ads manager, on Facebook, you go to your desktop version, go to ads manager, and on the top right, okay, click on the date range and make sure you go for maximum and not just a pre-selected date range that is irrelevant to your campaign. So go for maximum at least, or you go for the last 7 days, then you'll be able to see if the ads is active and it's spending, you'll be able to see the metrics coming in. But if you still don't see metrics coming in, and if it says the ad is active, but you're not spending, the next thing I would recommend you to do, and after changing the date range is still the same, meaning it's really not spending, then you probably have to contact Facebook for that, because there could be some issues with the payment, or there could be some issues with the ad account. It's possible. I've seen something like that. So yeah, you can actually reach out to Meta and see whether they can help you with that. Now, if you still can't find anything about that, the third thing I would want you to do is probably create a new ad account and start running ads again to see if the same problem occurs. So these are the few things that you can consider doing. But having said that, without looking at your situation, I will not be able to give you sound recommendations. So if you're having some issues with your ad account, where your money don't spend, your payment are ongoing, like you are spending, but your ads is not happening, aside from these 3 things, you can also consider book a one-on-one Zoom call with me, where we can actually go through your situation. I would, analyze whatever situation that you are facing and give you probable next steps for you to take. Yeah, there could be something that we can find together, because I've seen a lot of cases like that. So it could be because of the settings, it could be because of the date range, it could be because of your campaign setup that is too niche, that is avoiding it to run and stuff like that. So yeah, especially if you're new to advertising, many possibilities, or so-called many possible errors that you could be making that is stopping your ad from running. So if you need help, scan this QR code, where you can actually purchase a 30-minute one-on-one Zoom call with me, where we can go through any situations that you have, hopefully to give you personalized recommendation after investigating the whole problem that you're facing. Okay, so with that, I look forward to work with you. So the next question I have is coming from Michael Marketing. So you're talking about having problem as you're targeting, to target your leads your leads are irrelevant people, or those who do not have the financial capacity to pay for the products. So this is really the problem about getting leads that are not qualified. So a few things that you can do to avoid unqualified leads. First thing first, I used to talk about lead form, but now I want to change a little bit, because really the ad itself plays a very significant role. You need to understand what Facebook is working right now, how Facebook ads is working right now. As in, I call this the era of intent-based advertising on Facebook. So for whatever you do, okay, it's really important that you spell out or be very clear about the offer or the product that you're selling on the ad itself, because first, that would help Facebook match your ad to people who are very likely to be interested in your product or services, which is the key. If you're selling something pricey, but you make the ad look, I don't know, some people like it to be hooky, some people like it to be, hook, with the hook, whatever, people go for hook rate, but you get the wrong people coming in, it's going to be bad for you. So rather than using all this hook, spell out what you do, spell out the value and all that, or you be very clear about whatever you're selling. And even you can actually put the price up there, because that would help you filter out people who are not qualified for your services. Because that's very important, because when Facebook understand your ad better and better, remember Facebook algorithm checks your ads and all that. When they understand your ad better, they're able to find the audience that matches your ad better. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, if the algorithm really understand your ad, they can keep matching people. Because the first thing first, you have to understand, on Facebook and Instagram, you're not the only one running ads for your product or services. There will be your competitors running ads. So if Facebook understand your product really well, they know who are the people who click on your competitors' advertisement. They will be able to match these people and, like, recommend your ad to these people. Because remember, what Facebook wants to do, what Meta wants to do, is to help us get as many results as possible at the best cost possible. So in order to do that, they need to understand you. So I would actually say that work on the ad, because that will be a very good way for you to match with the right audience. So first. Second, what you can consider doing is, of course, work on your lead form, like by adding some qualifying questions to filter those people out, and probably test different lead generation method like landing pages, or you can actually try WhatsApp and all that. So these are the ways that we can actually filter out those people that are not qualified. Basically, there are a lot of things that we can analyze, but if you've been running ads, there are some data that we can actually, analyze and learn what really is the problem that is causing you getting a lot of bad quality leads. So if that's something that you're looking for, I will recommend that you scan this QR code, which it will take you to my Fiverr gig, where we can book a 30-minute one-on-one Zoom call to go through your campaign and find out what's working and what's not working, and plan, like an action plan to execute to actually improve your campaign. So we will do 3 things together. First thing first, I will build an analytics or so-called dashboard that is tailored to your business, okay, in your ads manager. So basically, I would actually set it up in sequence, or line up all the metrics that you need to analyze in sequence in your ads manager, saved. So the next time, if you need it, you can always come back to it. Now, as we have the dashboard built up, the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be analyzing the metrics for you, with you. So along the way, I would actually share with you, what does this metric mean? How do we analyze it? How do we make sense of it? How do we match with another metrics to make sense of, like what's really going on in your campaign, and how do we make decisions from there, so that in the future you'll be able to analyze yourself. And then last but not least, the third thing that we'll be doing is, as we analyze, we'll be able to build a plan, so that we will list down, 2 to 3 things that we can do in the coming weeks. First, let's test different things, test the creative, test the landing page, test the buttons, test the audience, stuff like that in sequence, so that you have a plan on things that you can consider testing, hopefully to improve your overall campaign performance. So yeah, so that's what we do. Scan this QR code, it will take you to my Fiverr gig, where you can pay, and we can actually have a one-on-one Zoom call to discuss about this thing. All right. So yeah, so these are all the questions that I get this week. We don't have a lot, but it's good. I like these discussions and all. So yeah, especially if you are, running ads and you kind of like having some issues, right? Anything, we can actually find a lot of things from your metrics. So scan this QR code that we can work together. But having said that, I have a question here. So your question is, how can you change the image you use to run the ad after it has started running? It really depends. I mean, if you want to change the image of the ad, if it's in Ads Manager, you can just change the image. Yeah. But if it's in, like a post that you're boosting, you cannot, because the post will not be editable in the page or IG level. And as the ad is running, you're not able to change anything based on that. So because you are using an existing post, you're not allowed to change. So the only way to change anything is, first, go back to your Ads Manager, delete that campaign. Remember, this is what we used to work, but I'm not sure whether now, used to work about, still work about a year ago, but you have to try. So you go into the Ads Manager, do not delete the post, yeah, but delete the campaign, so that it disconnect the post from any campaign. All right. And then after that, go back to your page, change the image. If you can, you do it. If you can't, then that's it. But if you can change, then change it on the page level, then come back to the Ads Manager, set up another campaign using that existing post to see if actually that allows you to run smoothly. So yeah, so that's how I would possibly recommend to do. But having said that, I would totally recommend that you set up a campaign and then add in the Ads Manager, so that you're allowed to, do any changes you want to the image, to the ad copy, to whatever it is, anytime you want. So yeah, consider doing that. All right. So I think that's it. Thanks for the questions, and thanks for all the questions on my YouTube channel. So if you have any questions at all, go to my YouTube channel, try to search for an answer. If you cannot find an answer, just post your question as a comment. On the following Sunday, I'll be answering your questions live like this, on Sunday night, Malaysia time, 10 p.m. So yeah, but having said that, if you need some urgent attention to your campaign, if it's not working, if it's not converting, if your cost per result is high, if your ROAS is low and something like that, you want to have a solid plan to optimize your campaign, scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you. All right, with that, thank you so much. Have a good night, and I'll see you next Sunday. Thanks. Good night. Bye.